I'm in the middle of the A2, bruv. Just stuck in traffic. There's an accident ahead. I'm actually tired, bruv. I should walk up and go see. Should we walk up and go see?
Are you a paramedic?
Time is going, you know.
I'm telling you.
It's 5:20.
The ice cream is melting. More meatball. One more meatball. Yeah. Let's finish our juice. I was saying, look, we've got somewhere to go.
Oh, you know what? If we stayed there longer, we'd have been back there.
The wisdom of a wife. How are you? I'm alright, how are you, mate? I'm okay. So, the second half of the year. We've just entered month 7.
Yeah.
Huh?
I said yeah.
How are you feeling about that?
I just feel the time is just going too fast, man. Before you can even catch your breath, it's already halfway through the year. You can feel a bit like, I don't know, almost like time is running out, but I'm trying to mitigate against that.
Mitigate against the feeling?
Yeah, the feeling of like, feeling I haven't done much. Like, creatively or just in general. But yeah, but that's something I kind of like go to war with all the time. It's the thing feeling that you haven't done much. You more than likely have done quite a lot. It's just that perhaps you haven't done what you think you should have done or feel like you should have done. But then again, that's just because you're probably comparing yourself to other people. I try and like do my best to war against that in my mind.
How do you war against it?
I feel like I just sit down and I just actually go through what I've done, because even like on a daily basis sometimes, because I'm a stay-at-home mum primarily, it's very easy to think that like there's no like what do you call that thing? You're kind of setting your day up, and you're the one setting the goals for yourself, and you're the one that sets up the deliverables. Inside and out, please. Inside out. Yeah. You're the one that's like setting up the deliverables in a sense, in terms of like what your goals are for the day, and then for the week, and then for the month. And sometimes it's like, have I done enough today? Have I done a lot today? But then I feel like how I war against that is actually sitting down and writing down what I've done. Oftentimes, by the time it's 9 o'clock, you've done a lot already, particularly with young children as well, actually. It's very, because the day can be very monotonous, like what you do at home can be very monotonous. It doesn't feel like you're doing much, but you actually are, so, yeah. But sometimes you feel a certain way, but then you actually have to actually cross-check that with the facts. Because sometimes your emotions are not that give you the facts. Just give you a feeling. It's like, is that actually justified?
So hello, thank you for being here. I'm Cardinl. And my talk, I titled Essays in African Philosophy. Another interesting thing that philosophers have been playing around with for a while is this idea of deliberation and partyless democracies.
Yes, people. My name is Ed. I was talking a bit about politics. Obviously, when Nigga Lissolo had the mission, it was like, yeah, let's talk about some cool stuff that's happening. So I've tried to make the talk center around a lot of my thoughts, my ideas, and my views. But again, it's not just about it's our views. So I'm just going to postulate a lot. Feel free to interrupt at any point in time. But my topic is on politics. I feel like we have a position where we are currently in a post-apocalyptic society. And you know these films, the zombie films, I feel like these are very much like replicas of our lived realities. And it may not be our individual ones, but it's someone else's. I've also been looking at the role of the intellectual, and my mind is on that, because I believe now more than ever, intellectuals need to pose more questions and pose less of the award shows. Now I can't hit on anyone trying to make their peace do that. They need to propel and move the bridges forward, and like in an age of disinformation, We need them now. I'm not saying they have to be, oh, I really love some intellectual, like, there's so much in there. I want to make a point. There cannot be any meaningful and sustainable socio-political or socio-economic development in African diasporic and continental realities unless, and this is where Solar comes in, unless the problem of epistemic colonization is successfully addressed. And so by that, when I'm talking about the apocalypse, I really do feel like the ways in which we know what is, what isn't, has been eroded. And until we can fix that, we're not going nowhere. I'll give you an example. In 2021, there was a convening of African leaders in a summit in Paris on African financing. These leaders didn't go to Kampala, they didn't go to Algiers, they didn't go to Rwanda, they didn't go to Addis Ababa, they went to Paris to discuss continental economy. So they concluded on African policy from the metropole. Do you see the problem? I think it's possible. If I didn't think it was possible, we would not be having this conversation. I think it's very, very possible, and there's so much there. Like, the tools are very much there. It's just a matter of what we want to use, our time, and how we want to use it. I'm not imploring you not to go and exhaust yourselves or drain yourselves. Don't do that. But how do you tap in? Whether that's like the things the nearest to you is. I remember we had a conversation one time about like how it can get very paralyzing. There's so much going on in the world, your head's in the clouds, but like we were saying that you need to take a step back. Are you hugging your family members? I don't say about that. Are you hugging them? Are you chatting to them? You're talking to the neighbor across the road and they need to get groceries. It starts there, and I think from there you can easily pick up the schematics and what comes next. Does that kind of answer your question?
How did you find it?
I feel like it was good. Like for me, I was meant to be like a very intimate conversation. We were just chopping up. I don't like it where people just talk at someone. Someone talks at someone. Everyone just leaves. It's nice to get that back and forth. And also like, look, people are just social chatting. That's the whole point. It should be a family to come. I mean, we need evidence and connections. Yeah, so I think it went well.
Still nothing. You're telling juicy drinking codeine. Sometimes I feel like when these things happen, so I've missed something.
Joshua,
There's been alignment that we've missed.
Oh my God, make it stop.
There's been alignment that we've missed.
This is not time for this.
We've missed alignment somewhere.
What if this is
God
the
forgive
alignment?
us. Huh?
What if this is the alignment? Oh my God!
That's a bar.
I will actually break this camera.
This could be the alignment. You never know.
Break this camera now.
This could actually be the alignment. You never know. That's a great angle.
I'm trapped. It's in Cardinl. What do you think Cardinl is made from? Core comes from
Core comes from D.
No, core
comes from the coconut.
Shut up.
Comes from the coconut.
No, wait. Core comes
Back in my village.
Codeine.
So, you're actually a fake Nigerian anyway. Let me expose you. Told your family like, you know what, can it just ginger my belly? I just I'll be like, alright, cool, you're a real Nigerian. Tutus now, the thought of us attending a church with a Nigerian pastor,
no.
She said,
I can't do it.
She's like, you know, black people.
So, where are we?
We are at Atlantis Art Materials,
Period.
which is Europe's largest source of art supplies apparently, which I didn't know actually until I got here. So I'm doing a self-portrait. I've done the sketch onto the canvas, which was taking me so long to actually just commit and do it. So I've sketched it out onto the canvas. That particular part of the process was taking me a long time because I didn't know if I actually wanted to paint that particular image or if I wanted to do the portrait full stop. But I just woke up one random Tuesday morning and I was like, you know what, right, let's sketch this out on the canvas and let's just do it. Like all this waiting and thinking and nothing's getting done. So yeah, sketched on. Hopefully today I'll find some more paints. I need a few more colours and I need some new paint brushes. So that's kind of like the mission for today. When painting dark skin, I like to have yellow ochre, raw sienna, and I think is it raw umber? So those are that's like a rich reddish brown, a cooler brown, and then this really nice I wouldn't call it mustard, but like a muted mustard yellow. I find that those are really good for painting dark skin. So those 3 I haven't got in my paint kit at the moment, and I need.
But
Oh my god, I feel like a kid in a candy shop. So golden's pretty good quality. At the moment I'm using Liquitex. So hopefully, yes, they've got it. Fantastic. So
what's the difference? Like what makes a good paint?
for acrylics, you just want one that's got, so when you kind of take the brush and brush it on the canvas, you want the colour to be full. Caveat to that, but you want the colour to just go on really nice and smooth, really full bodied, as in like you can't really, not that you can't see through, but the first stroke you should have a good amount of coverage. Unless you're using, I think they're called clear acrylics, which are like, still go on really smoothly, but they're more of like a wash of colour, so you can paint over what you've painted already, but with that. Yes, perfect. Is that the clear one? Yeah, that's the full body one, okay. And then, the price of it. Find out.
Paint is expensive.
Ah, my girl, it ain't cheap.
Paint is what?
Ooh,
Expensive.
hold on. So you guys want to support my dream? I will put my PayPal on my Instagram.
Yeah.
Buy me some paint.
Yeah.
What is it? Amazon wishlist or whatever you call it.
Good.
Years and never. Oh, you green mountain. That you should love, oh Lord.
Guys, the time is now 6:30 in the morning. 6:30 a.m. We were meant to be here for 5:30. The coach was super late, but finally we're here. We're on the coach. Everybody is here, so excited, and we should be leaving soon. Catch you in the next clip. Hey guys, we're getting near the end of the evening. I just wanted to come to the top of the hill, away from everything, and just I don't know how I'm feeling, but God is so good. Like today, we sang in front of 30,000 people. I'll flip the camera now. Like this is the, I don't know if it's capturing it, but I still can't believe that God gave us the opportunity to do that. Like I don't know, I just feel so overwhelmed, but like in the best way. Like I just needed to take a minute just to come away from everything and just genuinely, I just feel really grateful. And I'm probably not making sense because I can't even articulate how I'm feeling right now, but God is so good, man. Today has been amazing. It's been an amazing success. We still have another set to go. So we're doing the worship tent in the evening, which should be fantastic. But yeah, man, God is good all the time. Alright guys, that brings us to the end of the night. I've lost my, this is great. That's what you get. This brings us to the end of the night. My voice is gone, so it was a good night. We are on our way back to Manchester now. Oh yeah, it was a good day. It was a good day from start to end. Fantastic. It's now almost 1:30 in the morning and we are headed back to Manchester. Almost 1:30? Yeah. But yeah, this is the coach. Signing out. I've been thinking a lot about putting on a show. You know, your music has to be hitting certain numbers in streams before you can do a show. Is now it's becoming redundant thinking for me, because even if I felt like I was ready according to, you know, the standard I have in my head, there'll always be more that you could do, or more that you feel like needs to be accomplished before you can put a show on. Take life as it is right now and move forward, you know what I mean? Yeah. People put on shows all the time. It's like really not that big of a deal, but in my mind I feel like I really have to like deal with the perfectionist aspect that I have. I want to veer more towards excellence, which is more about the resources that you have. I say resources that you have in your hand. and making the best of those. So in terms of doing a show, I think that's what I want to try and aim for. If not this second half of the year, at least the first half of, or first quarter of next year. And I've got more songs than I've actually released as well. Like, I've got so many songs. A live show will also give me an indication of what people are really, like, what they're connecting with and what they'd be feeling, which would help in terms of like, okay, what do I go to studio and work on and record to put out there type thing. So I feel like it would be nice to get that live feedback. I've been going to a few live shows recently, and it's been so good to be part of an audience that appreciates whoever the artist is and whatever the music is, like appreciates the music of a particular group or collective or artist, is stirring the creative waters. Who have you gone to see? So I'd see this band called Infinity Song. Because they're siblings but they're also musicians, I feel like there's a different type of synergy that they have. And recently I also went to like a gospel choir rendition of Destiny's Child. It was so fun actually. They did really well. Me, we could be together. You gotta wait for me. First time I said no, it's like I never said yes. Yeah, cheers. Thank you. So I'll give you a rendition there. What have you got coming up? Jasmine Sullivan. So I've been an OG fan. Fun fact, Bobby and I did our first dance to a Jasmine song. Ain't no competition when you're in there. Let me know that you're the best. So you know I've got a cold. You got a cold? Yeah. So the vocals are not hitting the same way, but I really love Just Me. Can I go to the side? They're telling me to go to the other end. I don't know what they said. Hold on. Excuse me, should I go there?
I don't know if you feel like giving up before, but if that's something that's happened before, what's the thing that keeps you going? Like, what's the thing that makes you feel like, I've got to keep doing this?
For me, it's just the enjoyment of actually making the art, like everything aside, finished product aside, just the process. I find it very calming to me, because I think sometimes my mind can be going at 1,000,000 miles per hour, but just actually, once I've done the prep, just sitting down with a paintbrush and some paints and just being able to focus on that, just the feeling of like calm and like accomplishment when it's done eventually. But I think, yeah, just the feeling I get when I create is probably the main thing.
Nice. Do you think it's like a feeling you need?
Yeah, I need that.
How do you feel when you are not creating, like, for a long time?
I do feel like not that I'm missing out a part of myself, but that I'm missing out on an experience that I know I enjoy. So it's like, why are you depriving yourself of something you like just because 9 to 5, this life is busy? I also feel sometimes like I'm wasting a gift or a talent. That's a big one for me, because it's like not everyone has the ability or has taken the time to develop the skill. So why aren't you like using it when you know you want to?
Now you broke the paint. It's the passion.
The feeling is unmatched. Wow.
What kind of brushes are you looking for today? Big, small?
So I'm looking for
0.8.
a couple big ones, a couple small ones, a couple pointy ones, or maybe just one pointy one. I like this shape. It's just so pleasing to me. Like, it just feels nice. I do need a detail brush, so like a really small one with a fine point for like painting eyes and like, I don't know if that's more okay. Oh my god, look how tiny that is. Oh,
It's like eyeliner.
baby. You know what, it would be good for eyeliner actually. I don't want to take it off, but
We've just passed the middle of the year, right?
yeah.
How are you feeling with 2024 so far?
I feel like I haven't achieved quite as much as I wanted to, but I think this year compared to other years, I feel like I've actually been doing things. Like, I haven't taken massive leaps, but I've done little things each month towards being creative and like towards creating more art. So as much as I feel like I could have done more, I'm actually doing something compared to last year. So small victories. I want to finish this portrait. I kind of want to do it ready for my birthday, but my birthday's in 4 weeks, so
You can do it, put your back into it.
I could if I put my back into it, but I don't know, my back is paining me. Would love to curate a show. That would be lit. So that's also something I'm working towards for the end of the year as well.
Any talented artists, hit her up.
Hit me up. I want to work with you. That's pretty cool.
Ended up going with 3 brushes and then I leave.
Do you take Amex or not?
Yeah, for over £2, yeah.
Oh good, so I can see how I did damage. One of the brushes was £17, that's why.
So neighbor, I'm gonna use Claire, I'm not gonna use Claire. I don't know what you came to do. Ask them, what did you come to do? I don't know what you came to do. Don't know what you came to do.
To serve and love God more.
Can we just set it right? Set it right. I would say to those who have a dream and feel like God has called them to be, you know, an artist or a worship artist or whatever, that life has a way of discouraging that. You know, numbers have a way of discouraging that. You know, what you see when you close your eyes in the shower or like in front of the mirror with your guitar isn't always what's going to happen. But if God has put that desire on the inside of you, then run with it as fast as you possibly can, and don't let anybody deter you from that.
I like it. All right.
You're in my show.
How are you?
I'm good. No, sorry, hang on.
Great.
I feel good. I feel tired. I had work in the morning, but I feel good. Somewhere else.
Huh?
Give me a hand in the corner or somewhere.
How was it?
It was amazing. Holy Spirit moved, and I had a blast.
Yeah?
Tired though.
Yeah? Right, well, we'll catch up later.
For you. And cut.
Just felt like something's around the corner. Something's like, but I've been doing music, or shall we say, like, chasing what I believe the vision the Lord placed in my heart for, well, I'm 30 now, since I was like 18, maybe 17, 18. I've been like kind of trying my best to kind of make it happen, and it's such a central feature in my life that it led me off the path of even walking as a Christian walk with Lord, off it to try and achieve in my own power. Left everything behind, did whatever I needed to do, moved to London, kind of heeded the Lord's call in my life again, the drive for music rebirthed, and still doing it, all just to like achieve this vision I believe the Lord put in my heart. When I was 18, 12 years ago, the next season is to do with music. It's going to be in charge of people, I guess. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but in terms of a lot of people, and I guess it's probably going to be quite influential with a directive from the Lord to kind of lead them towards Him. I think I've spoken about this before, but Eternal Minds, the vision and what it is, it's a mission, it's a ministry in terms of sowing a seed, which is purpose, calling, destiny, into the hearts and minds of as many people as I can. That's a mixture of music, merchandise, word. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I think that's round the corner.
What keeps you going when you want to stop? And obviously you said, a lot of what you talk about is faith-based. You said there was a period of time where that wasn't the case. So if you could also give them a little bit of insight to that, and then what kept you going in that time, and what would you say it was in hindsight?
Yeah, so I was studying, I grew up in an African household. It's a chemical engineer, doctor, scientist. These are the jobs and roles. I just accepted mechanical engineer. That's what I wanted to do. So I was studying to be a mechanical engineer. Wasn't really a great fit. Had a moment where I just realised, you know what, I don't actually really want to do this. But then even prior to that, I was just like, I don't know what to do with my life. I'd always heard from my parents and just from growing up in church that the Lord has a plan for your life. He's got a will for your life. So I was like, you know what, let me seek this, let me pray about it. Prayed about it, I went on like a fast, like a 3-day fast. And I felt like on the last day, the Lord actually made it quite clear. Interestingly enough, I was watching a Lecrae performance, actually. I think this is at 2011 Passion Conference. It's a big conference to do in America where he's performing. And I felt the Lord say to me, if you put me first, I will take you there. And the vision was kind of like just speaking the microphone, music, also like just speaking in like to loads of people basically. And that stuck, and then from that point, it was almost like the seed I'm talking about. It just planted in my heart. So then from that point on, I was like, okay, cool, like, we gotta go. So went with Eternal Minds initially with my friend Amari. We were making music, had songs out, we put on an EP, we put on a big show. And that all went really well, and that was actually building and bubbling something. We tried to take it to the next level, but things didn't really work out, they didn't really connect. Praying about it, so the Lord tell us to like lay it down. In 2014, 2015, around that time, I don't know, I just felt, I started to think and perceive that I don't see any of the Christian rappers doing it to the level that I saw on this vision of doing it around me. I saw rappers who were not Christian, who were speaking about certain topics that would not be standardly associated with rappers, like you can get the most girls, who can be the toughest, the baddest, who's got the biggest ego, etc, etc. And then a couple other things happened in my church at the time, where some things were revealed which weren't too pleasant to find out about certain congregation members. And it all just kind of was like a perfect storm in a sense. And I was also in a place where I was kind of questioning, like what's going on, and just kind of reading other stuff. Perfect storm occurred, and I essentially just walked away from it. I was like, you know what, I'm not a Christian anymore. Just left it behind. But then I think the key drive, one of the biggest drivers anyway, was like the vision. It's like, okay, to go for this thing, I can do it. If I'm not that, I can just play both lines and kind of walk the success.
How was that?
It was tough. It wasn't easy. Again, growing up in a Christian family, brothers and sisters are Christians, parents are Christians, parents had a church, small church. It was tough, man. It's tough. I felt very isolated. I felt very lonely. It was like, it's weird being in your family house and feeling like alone, in a sense, like feeling kind of like isolated by some certain decisions you'd made that you felt in the moment were the right ones to make. And I was chasing it for like success and to be kind of like, because I thought that was like, I was still running off that vision. So without that vision, I didn't necessarily know what I was doing. Prayed, received it, followed it for a bit, kind of took it on my own hands essentially. Stories in the Bible talk about people like trying to bring the promise to pass in their own hands. Abraham So I was doing that, and essentially what happened was I was like a laptop, whereas when I was with the Lord and empowered by His Spirit, I was on the charge, and the charge was in me, so I was going. Then when I stepped away, it's like the charger came out. So I still have battery, I still have power, and I was still like running chase after demons. But as I was going through it, I was thinking to myself, like, why am I really doing this? Because really, I didn't really care about it in that sense. Just having glimpses of success was on this channel, on SBTV, and this and that and so forth. I had an EP show, an EP launch party, that was good. People came, people attended, good fun. But then after that, I essentially just packed it in. And what I essentially say is that was the battery dying. Essentially on that vision, that the battery kind of was at like critical. And I was just kind of like, yeah, it wasn't a thing within me to want to be this person and have this fame and accolades. I got to a season where I just kind of stopped it. There were some good offers on the table actually. This promotion company wanted to work with me and put on some shows in Manchester, and they were like, yeah, listen, a couple of years, we see you being the next AJ Tracy, see you being on this festival platform, on that festival platform. And I'd reached a point where it was like, musically, I knew that I'd have to cross certain lines and start saying certain things that I wasn't kind of comfortable with. Like, I don't really swear in my music, and talking about certain things. I don't really want to do that. I isolated my family, and I was like, yeah, it's quite tough. It's quite tough. And I kind of just reached the end of the charge, like, you know what, no, I'm not doing music anymore. I know I upset a lot of people with that, and people who kind of looked at me, trusted in me, believed in me, and then in turn I think believed in themselves in certain ways. But that's what I did, and have to own that, move on, look forward. And then that season I just kind of was just outside, man, at clubs. I was just at Northern Quarter. I was just here, there, drink there, chat here, chill here, and that was just me. Long story short, motivation wise, what gets me doing, what keeps me going is that this seed that I believe the Lord, this vision is planted within me, that when I eventually, and just to kind of go back to that story, when I eventually later on end up moving to London and eventually heed the call of the Lord in my life again, the desire to do music again just sprung up within me. It just sprung up within me again. And I was like, right, like, I'd taken my songs down from Spotify. I remember like almost 2 weeks after I'd kind of recommitted my life to the Lord, I put them all back on. And people were like, right, Joshua's back, da-da-da-da-da. Close to that, I got opportunity to go into One Extra and do a freestyle, just randomly out of the blue by a connection that I had back then. And then yeah, it just all kind of clicked. And then from then on to now, I'm still working with the Lord. The desire to make music is there. I'm still following His leading, with the ultimate thing being, I just want to do what the Lord is telling me, what He wants me to do. And then on top of that, it's okay, this is what I believe He wants me to do with Eternal Minds and the music. So, yeah.
Nice. Thanks.
Dope.
So why we do what we do?
Yeah, like what keeps you doing what you do?
I guess for me, I got a couple wives. So if we take music is a duty almost, like to tell the story. Even when the story is not all rosy, you gotta tell the story, man. I think like with how brief life is, why wouldn't you want to paint a picture? Like, why not? The reason why I do it is a duty. It's not meant to be something that I churn out or I have to get deadlines. Obviously, it's nice to have, like, you know, deadlines and I want to get this done by, but like, I'm doing this because I know what kind of marks, what kind of trees I want to plant. So I sound like I'm from the north, but I think that, especially for the little man inside, what was once sort of prescribed, oh, you can't do this or you can't do that, or you'll never be able to do that. And it's not from the mindset of like, oh, I'm proving people wrong, because I feel like that's what a mindset would just kind of anchor you inside that, like, it's just negative stuff, but more so from the angle of like being able to show him that anything is possible, you know. So whenever I am a bit down or when I'm like, ugh, I just return back to that 9-year-old, to that 8-year-old that's like, oh, I really want to do this and I know I don't want to let him down. because you know, there's a little boy inside of me, but also my little brother, man. Like I think about, and I know that he's always, you know, with little siblings, like they watch, they see what you're doing, and being able to sort of break the ceiling and show him that, bro, anything can happen. I know that the guys always watching you. That's why I keep going. That's why I keep doing what I do. For, you know, use in the ends, man. It's just that, like, a lot of the time, where, you know, it's kind of just prescribed that we can only do this or only do that. But it's showing them that, nah, anything you want to say your mind to, you can actually do. And it's not going to be easy, but it's something that you can do. So that's my why. Yeah, that's how I'd answer that still.
Sorry to interrupt. Adam's race is about to start.
Petey?
Yeah.
Okay, one second.